Yeah, all right. I'm just waiting for someone to join me. I'm going to take my meds real quick. This is going to be a very short live stream. Maybe just me sitting here talking to myself. All right, got my meds taken, and I see it kicked over like it was supposed to. And lower thirds are still running like it's supposed to, so that's good. Wow, that is huge right there. What's going on with that? We changed my view here. No, it's the right view. It's just me. So until someone else joins, you're just going to get a big old picture of me. It's just pretty blurry. Um, and there's a lot going on. I gotta go check my mail. Don't have anything new. It don't look like. No, we're good. So, um, yeah, this early night stuff's probably going to throw a lot of people off. But I got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We got to be on the road by 4:30 in the morning, and we've got to be in Indiana at 8 o'clock Indiana time. To hi Tony. Tony says the audio is good and the video is good. Video on my end is horrible, but hopefully it's good everywhere else. Um, even though it shows it's in 1080. Um, wouldn't surprise me. I mean, this day's just not really gone too well. So it's about 2:30 on, about 3 o'clock on. So we are on the road no later than 4:30. We have an 8 o'clock appointment, then we have a 10:30 appointment, and then hopefully that will resolve all the issues that cropped up today, and there were about 6 of them. Hopefully what everyone was telling me after I finally got a hold of people, they were like, yeah, this is not that big of a deal. We'll be able to deal with it. So I've got to put a lot of faith in what they're telling me, and we'll go from there. They did the Terminex. Yeah, I'm fine, Tony. I was a little upset earlier. I was a little. I mean, you get hit with all these things, and you're thinking, my gosh, why didn't they tell us about this last week? Um, it just shocks me, and they tell you at 3 minutes till they're getting ready to walk out the door, so they know that you can't respond to them. Literally, the phone call that I walked away from the first time was them calling me to telling me they were going to email me this stuff, and they neglected to say what it was going to be about. And any questions, just call. Jeff Ryman did join us. He says, hi from Rainbow Family Park. I know exactly where that's at. 44 raining and windy. Are they still going to play their games, though, Jeff? That's the question. Um, I mean, 44 is kind of chilly when you add the rain to it and the wind. That's got to be bad. So good to see you, though. Didn't think I'd see you. No doubt you're on your phone. So, yeah, Tony, I'm relaxed. I'm fine. Just got back from dinner with Lorna and explained everything to her, and she was kind of frustrated as well because she said the same thing I said, was why didn't this get discussed until today? Um, Obviously, if we would have waited and went on Friday, this don't happen. I had to make the house payment today um, because they wanted it made. The lending company in Indiana wanted to see that March's payment was made, and if we would have waited for it to come out on its regular day, there's just no way that was going to make it. Um, Now, the guy that I deal with, he called me and we talked for about 40 minutes, and he said basically the same thing I did. Some of this stuff is just silly, and he did tell me that 3 of the 5 things was internal things, and I should have never seen it. He says those are things that will, as these processes get done, these are things that will take care of themselves, and they just check them off internally. And he apologized for that, so I did appreciate that. Um, I think it's going to be good. Terminix came out today. They were here exactly 5 minutes because I glanced at the clock when they got here, and then I was rather upset because I went to see. Man, that's even worse. I went to see if they were still here, and they were gone. I glanced back at the clock, and it was right at 5 minutes. So, um, yeah, it looks all right. I'll do it this way. That looks a little bit better. It's still blurry on my end. I don't know what it's coming across on. No, see, that looks horrible on YouTube. So it might be about 35, 40 minutes of me yammering on with nobody here to yammer on with me. I know Blackwatch is over in Bonnie's. I think Chris and Alex conversed a little bit after. Alex did reconnect. There was some things going on the virtual machine. It wasn't bad. I was just trying to do something. He did a really good job on this, and then I asked him how I could do certain things, and he said it would just be easier to do it rather than to show me, which is probably very true. And he connected, and we got all that fixed. I do have OBS on it. I do have lower thirds on it. I do have a lower thirds with a picture on it, and it works just fine. So that's good. That's the three things I need basically on there. Now I can start dissecting it. I might actually get with Jeff one day next week, or even after we get moved, which is probably more than likely the case, because he understands scripts, and he can help me figure out what we're trying to do. The bad thing is that's on my old i7 machine, so I can't share the screen. I probably could go in and set up a live stream from it, because I thought about that already, and then maybe figure out how to do OBS when it doesn't do the mirroring or infinity effect, because that way you guys would be able to see the changes. First change I want to make is I want to change the background color. I figure if I can start out something simple by changing the background color, then I can progress my way up from there. Hi Matthew, good to see you. Jeff's here, Matthew's here, Tony's here. I don't see streaming after 10:30 tonight, because I've got to get up at 4. You figure if I stream from 10:30 till 11:30, 12 o'clock, I'm only going to get 4 hours of sleep. It's going to be a stressful day as it is, so I don't need to add any stress to that at all. Man, this is horrible. What is going on with my camera? All day long today, it was relatively clear. Now it's just like, ugh. That's gallery. Speaker. No, that doesn't change anything. Immersive. Nope, I don't want to do that. And full screen. Yeah, I'll go with that and see what that looks like. I'll get rid of the. Oh, that's not even going out. That's kind of cool. Doesn't really help. I'm still blurry as all get out. Yeah, it is, Jeff. It's just there. The one guy that called said it's just maybe part of the stuff the VA needs. He wasn't sure, but he did say 3 of the 5 things. He goes, he said, you never should have solved that. You never should have solved that. You never should have solved that. Don't worry about it. I'm like, cool. And then he tried to send over one document we got to sign. We have to write it in writing that we don't have any dependents under 18 years of old, or any dependents at all, basically. And I'm like, that seems to me that should have been a question we asked at the very beginning. He said, yeah, he thought it was on that one form, but apparently it's not. And then trying to think of the other thing. It's just silly. I mean, silly. And then Lorna's got an interview tomorrow morning, and they're going to do her background check, her physical, set her hours. They're going to write the letter of employment acceptance or whatever, because that's the other thing they needed, was a letter of acceptance at a new place. And I spoke with the lady twice today, and she said that's not going to be a problem. So a little bit of frustration earlier in the day, and seems like it's going to be all right now. I don't know what happened to my camera. It worked just fine earlier today. And now it's all blurry. Or maybe my eyes are blurry. Maybe it's fine and I'm the one that's off. Who knows? Really shocked nobody's joined me on Zoom yet. That is kind of interesting. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have to hit that first. Yeah, then it has to go to gallery, and then I can make it like this. Let's see what that does. Yeah, see, lower thirds is still running. Now, that's weird. That that's kind of funny. Now, I'm in the upper right-hand corner. I don't understand that at all. That's got to be an OBS thing. Let's see something here. I don't want to mess with it too awfully bad because I'll get it messed up for when anyone joins me. So it looks all right. Looks really blurry to me though. I'll minimize that. Yeah, I'm hoping it is the calm before the storm, or actually, I hope the storm's done and this is just going to be the calm. Yeah, I can shut that lower thirds off here in a minute. Then the electrician that was scheduled to be here in the morning is not going to be here until Friday now. And I was like, Jan, you just realize he's not going to do this. In fact, if he doesn't show up Friday, I'm going to tell him, I'm going to tell her, I'll pay my handyman and you can reimburse me and he'll do it. And no one's going to know the difference if it was done by a professional electrician or not. It's a done deal, you know. He's going to take two wires, crimp them together, run it out to the thing, and ground it to the thing. If I could get under the house, I could do it. I can't get under the house. We all joke today that if I get under the house, it's going to take me an hour to get out from underneath the house. I'm thinking a little longer. Pretty bad when you got awkward silence when you're by yourself. Could start talking to myself. Could do the 5 Dougs if I had pre-recorded this and put another one of me over there. Or I could sit here and I could do this. I could say, so Ken, how did your day go? Well, Ken, my day went pretty good. Thank you for asking. How did your day go? I'm not going to do that, though. If I had a button, I might, but I don't have a button. So, and I'm pretty sure that when I put this right here up, it shows up on the YouTube. Or does it? Maybe it doesn't. Oh, it's got to. Wow, bigger delay tonight than I'm wanting. Or, seriously, that's not showing up? Okay, I like that feature. That's a window feature. I like that. So do kind of, instead of a display, if I did the display and brought the white line back up, then you guys would see this white box. I can demonstrate that by turning off the window capture and going to, I don't think this window capture, yeah, see that window capture is the YouTube stream. And if I go down to the display capture, then you see everything. You see the white box, you see me over here, and you see my icons. So I do like the feature of the display over here, or window capture rather, because that way you're only getting the window itself. You're not getting all the nonsense in the background or whatever. There it is. Whew, I was kind of worried there for a minute. Now I just wonder if I were to bring this window down. Yeah, okay, good. I like that. I can live with that. But now I've got to adjust it a little bit when the lower, now the lower thirds comes over the top, so that's good. That'll work. Now, if somebody would join me, we'd be good to go. Maybe I should post the link in there. You know, I'm not even going to blur the screen. Anybody catches it that quick, that's pretty good. If you're that quick to catch that link when I do that, you Okay, I can do that, Jeff. I think Jeff is saying to send him. I think that's what he was asking for. He'll let me know in a minute, or he'll show up on the stream and we'll know it worked. And I'm going to go ahead and pin these to the top. And that way, in case anyone wants to bomb me, they can. Got about another half hour or so, give or take. We were Zooming earlier today, and Lorna come in and gave me a... Yeah, I posted it to Facebook as well, on the Messenger. You should have it there in the Messenger. Let me know if you don't. I'll redo it. Lorna came in and gave me a grocery list. Well, needless to say, that didn't get done. And then it's kind of good. She said, "Oh, we'll just do that tomorrow. We're going to be in Indiana anyway, so that's a good deal." She's by herself for 4 hours today, and I just don't get it. And then they brought in 2 people from an agency, and she said that was worthless because they're claiming they don't know how to do anything because they don't know the people. And I'm like, okay, they're from an agency. Part of this deal with the agency is they don't have to know the people. They're already a certified nurse or they're a licensed nurse, one or the other, so they don't have to go through orientation with the people. They're experienced enough to know all that. So I don't know. Just a very interesting afternoon. There was a lot of good out of the afternoon. I got to give credit to Alex. That boy is so smart, man. He was doing things from memory that it would take me 4 hours to Google it and 3 hours to watch it and 2 hours to figure out how to do it right off the top of his head. After he did one thing, I had a crazy idea. So I said, "Hey, Alex, is it possible to do that?" And he says, "Oh, yeah, let me show you how to do that." And I was like, okay. And, showing me is not really going to help because I will forget. I'm just being honest. And he showed me, and it worked. So it's all good. Make sure I sent that to Jeff. Jeff Ryman. Yeah, says it went to Jeff. So, hey, Gary. It's going to be a short stream tonight. I got to be up at 04:30. I got to be on the road at 4:30 in the morning our time. I'm going to get up about 4. We got an 8 o'clock appointment in Indiana. We got to go get a letter of acceptance from Lorna's work. She's got to go get a physical. She's got to go get a background check done. They got to iron out the schedule. And then we've got to run over to the realtor and sign a piece of paper that they forgot to include in the thing, and they can't figure out how to get it to go through on the DocuSign thing. So I said, "Hey, we're just going to be there. I'll just swing by and sign it." And they were like, "Oh, that's a real good idea." So everything was going smoothly well until about 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then it just, man, did it crash. Terminex came by, was here 5 minutes. Electrician called my realtor, who called me and said he's not going to be here tomorrow. He's supposedly going to be here Friday. I believe it when I see it. I just don't. I personally think he doesn't want to do the work. I don't know. I'm relaxing. There's Jeff. So I figured this early Zoom would throw people off. But I also know if I started when I got home, I wouldn't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's an absolute must-happen imperative thing. I may even go over to Indiana tonight. I don't know yet. That's not completely ruled out. Go get us a cheap hotel room there in Greenwood. And that way we, don't have to get up till 7 in the morning.
They got some nice ones right by the hour.
Huh?
Yeah.
Can I go back home?
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, Jeff, you in your car?
Yep.
Oh, so you let your...
I got Olivia with me, and it's pretty cold and wet out. I'm not going to let her out in the rain right now.
And she's probably going, "Oh, it's okay. Let me out in the rain." So are they going to play?
I'm amazed I actually got it to work here.
Yeah. So are they actually going to try to play the games tonight?
Well, they are still on the field.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it kind of eased up. It's still misting or sprinkling lightly.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Ow.
So I do have the virtual machine installed. I do have Windows 10 in there. I do have OBS on there. I do have lower thirds in there. Lower thirds is working. When I get a minute, upcoming one of these days, I'll start dissecting it and going from there.
yeah, I don't know if I mentioned when I tried to get the mortgage to buy the house we're in now. They just kept adding on stuff. And one thing they wanted was like 18 months worth of rent receipts.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I do that. Then they want a copy of the original rental agreement to ensure that I'm paying what was agreed to in the rental agreement. And I said, if I hadn't been paying it, I wouldn't have 18 months worth of rent receipts.
Right. Right. That's they.
But I mean, it was just stupid.
Huh. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I agree. I mean, the one guy I've been working with, he told me, he said you should have never seen those three things. That's all internal.
Well,
So,
that part's fine, but
yeah, that helped relieve my mind a little. The stupid, we have to sign a piece of paper saying we don't have any dependents. Our tax return shows we don't have any dependents.
why do they care if you have dependents or not?
I don't know.
I guess
It's.
dependents cost money or whatever, I guess.
I guess I don't know.
And then I have a small pension from a job I had years ago. I mean, and it is nothing to write home about.
Right.
But I had to get a letter from that company stating that the pension would be paid for at least another 3 years.
Well, I had one by a house that was about 5 years ago, and they had a dependent. I mean, it had nothing to do with me, but I found out later they owed almost $10,000, $1,000 a month back child support.
Wow.
So
Well,
they didn't
yeah,
put that in their taxes because they didn't pay any towards it.
Not hang on that.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I mean,
So it's kind of
I don't know.
I kind of shocked myself. I actually put the lower thirds into the virtual machine OBS from memory. I was amazed. Who we got? Oh, Greg's joining us. I don't know if Alex is going to join us or not.
Did you try the scripting?
No, I just wanted to see if it worked. I was too frazzled out. I'm going to.
I love you, but you can't hang on.
I mean, that was the whole intent of doing that. So at some point in time, I will. Hey, Greg.
I'm late, but I'm here.
Well, I'm early, so you're fine.
Whoa,
I'm way early.
sitting on the beach.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I wished I was sitting on the beach.
Well, Greg's sitting on the beach, it looks like.
I wished I was.
Yeah, I only had to try. I got OBS in the first time, but there was no. Well, I got OBS installed. I put lower thirds in the first time, and it put the docking station without the parameters for lower thirds in there. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? So I sat here and looked at it. I thought, oh yeah, I have to go on the online and get the URL from online. It's not a local file. It's from the internet. As soon as I did that, man, it works just like a charm. So I was pretty happy. I did it from memory.
So what's the experiment you're doing, trying to do it in a virtual machine? Just if something screws up, you can just restart it?
If something screws up, I can delete the machine and start over. I want to go in. The very first thing I want to do is I want to go in and change the background color of the lower third somehow. And then I want to affect the size of the main thing is the size. When it's all said and done, I want to actually recreate a new lower thirds that's not a lower third, if that makes sense. So it won't be a day or two. It'll take me a while to do this. I'll reach out to a lot of people, I'm sure, between now and then. I watched the DaVinci Resolve video this morning because I thought it was on the tracking issue that I have in DaVinci Resolve, but it wasn't. Some dude took a cell phone and put a cat on there. Hi, Olivia.
You say hi? Say hi. I don't know if they can see you or not.
Right, Matthew. Right. Oh, did I miss something in chat, Greg?
You like that?
Yeah, it's good. I like that. Yeah, Matthew's right. He did take a snapshot of it, so when that time comes, and I'm sure that it will, I'll have to call him up and he'll fix it for me.
So you guys are heading out early tomorrow?
We will be on the road no later than 4:30. Depending on the weather, it might be a little earlier.
Yeah.
And I mean that's 5:30 Indiana time. It's a 2.5-hour drive. That puts us right there at 8 o'clock, and that's what time this is set to start. I may just go 4:15 or so. I don't know yet. I may go tonight yet. We did discuss that a little bit at dinner. It's like go home, pack a bag, and let's just go over here and spend the night in the hotel, right around the corner from my mom's, and that'll be all right. So
what, you got meetings about the house tomorrow morning, or?
Primarily it's with their employer, and then we've got to go sign those documents.
Okay, her job.
Yeah,
okay.
her job.
Yeah.
Background check, physical, ironing out the schedule, which that's minor in my opinion, but and then the letter of acceptance. That's one of the hang-ups.
Yeah.
So, and here's how the day begins. My brother calls and he goes, "Hey, they fired Heather this morning." Well, Heather was the admin that's doing all this. I'm like, how's that going to affect Lorna's job? Oh, it's still there. Everyone knows about it. Whoever the new person is, it'll be good. So I'm thinking, yeah, right. Well, the new admin called me tonight twice, and everything's good. So.
Well, these places, a lot of them sure seem to hire and fire a lot.
Yeah, it's just the way that it's going right now.
Now, this is assisted living at the new place, you said?
Yeah, it's assisted living, private pay. So we'll see.
That'll be better than where she is now.
Yes. Now I do notice. This will be. I'm afraid to do this. Let's see what this does.
Well, we'll see if the game's going to go on here. The rain's picking up. I can't quite see the field from where I'm parked.
No lightning, I'm guessing.
No, but higher elevations here tonight may see snow.
Oh, man.
Probably won't see any down here in the valley, but never know. I used to live up on the western edge of the valley, and twice I saw snow up there when we were in our other house years ago. Actually, I had about 2 inches one time.
Wow. Yeah, I forced myself to watch the weather at noon today, and the storm they predicted was going to be bad. Now it's like we might get a dusting, so which is good. Don't need no snow. Hello, Catherine. Catherine Anner Hauserman's in the chat room.
Well, I can do Zoom or the chat on the phone. I can't do both at the same time.
Right. Yeah, I've run into that problem. And I found when you do chat on the phone, you just can't tag anybody. You have to type out their name.
Yeah, you have to type the whole thing exactly right if you want it to show up.
Right. Yeah. So I gave up on that. Yeah.
Surely somebody could program that so it would work.
You would think. You would think that would be quite easy. I was really shocked Alex didn't do a second stream tonight when he logged back in. I kind of figured that he would. He said he didn't want to.
Did he call you at 6 a.m.?
No. It's kind of funny. Robert reached out to me about 9:30 or so. Said he was doing a Zoom, and then by the time I got everything done, it was about 11:30. I said, "Well, what's the word on Alex? Have you guys heard anything?" He goes, "Not a word." So we're all thinking that his phone's not working and he can't do anything, and he's talking to, you know.
Oh yeah, today was the magic day.
Well, now he's changed it to where he thinks that it's going to be at midnight tonight. So.
Yeah, this here. Oh, I didn't. In Las Vegas, this is Tuesday.
Yes.
TWOS.
Right.
Lots of weddings scheduled today at all the wedding chapels here.
Yeah, somebody should have talked to me. I'd have talked him out of it.
Hello.
Hi, Catherine.
They were, yeah, the prize time was at 2:22 a.m. or 2:22 p.m.
Right.
Today.
Right.
2:22.
Yeah. Yeah, and in Vegas, you can find a chapel open at 2:22 a.m.
Oh yeah.
You
can even have it done by an Elvis impersonator.
In an Elvis car, yes, you can.
Yep.
Oh man, I pronounce you man and wife. So how's Catherine tonight?
I'm very well.
Good. See, I've got to make some adjustments because I got my OBS all messed up. I see the black lines from.
And if you don't like it in Nevada, next week you can go down and get a quickie divorce.
Literally, yeah. Well, that's the. Isn't that the Britney Spears rule or something? Or no?
Yeah, she supposedly. I don't remember one of her high school buddies. They went out and got drunk and got married and then had it annulled right away or something.
Yeah.
Although I guess, now that was here in Vegas, but Reno used to be the quickie divorce capital, I mean, a long time ago. That's where all the Hollywood stars came to get a quickie divorce way back in the day.
Yeah. Yep. Yep, I see some. No worries, but Matthew, send me an email so we have. I don't think I've got your email. Let me go look. No, I don't. Send me an email, kstout2016.com, and that way if I need to reach out to you, I can. That'd be the easiest way to do it. Like over there. I don't ever foresee Alex not being available, but you never know. Let me shut off that lower thirds. That's ran long enough. It's gone. I wonder if I make this bigger, what does that do? If I grab this side, make that bigger, what does that do? See what that how that affects YouTube. It just makes it bigger. It'll work.
You get Windows installed on your virtual?
Yeah, Alex did I felt so sorry for him because he was doing that, and then I got the phone call, and it started the downhill hour and a half, and I had to walk away, and I walked back in, and he's finishing it up, and then he put OBS on there, and then he had to go away for something, so we were kind of in limbo because I didn't want to just leave the stream in TeamViewer without, thanking him for doing it, and he come back and he apologized to me, and it was kind of funny. And then I couldn't get the virtual machine to recognize my flash drive, and I had put a picture on there that I wanted to use in the lower third, so I sent him a message. He goes, "Oh yeah, I just hooked back up to TeamViewer," so we did, and it's all good.
So you're using the VMware virtual machine?
Yes.
I think he prefers that one of the ones that are available. I don't remember what all the others are.
Yeah, I know. I think you got one called VirtualBox and then VMware for sure. I know those two. He did it all just zap, zap, zap without having to look anything up. I was really impressed.
He's a sharp kid on what he knows.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then I had to laugh at him. He goes, "Did you already download Windows 10?" I'm like, "Nope." "Oh, no problem. We'll go get it." You know, like I really thought that far ahead.
So did he download it from within the virtual machine, or?
No, he went over to my host machine and got it.
Okay.
What you can do is if OBS crashes for some reason or you can't get it running, just go through Windows on the virtual machine and uninstall it.
Yeah. Well, he showed me a way to connect remotely from the host to the virtual machine, which I thought was kind of neat. I don't know that it's going to be ever applicable or not, but it was kind of neat. Oh, speaking of, this will be interesting to see how this affects the stream.
Way back in the day when we used VMware at work, there was a special folder that you could transfer stuff between the host machine and the virtual machine in files. I don't know if they still do that or not. I haven't looked at that in
Yep. Hey, Alex.
like 12 years.
Yeah, there still is, Jeff.
Okay.
There is an option where you can say, yes, you can transfer files in between or you can't. It's just like on or off setting in the settings of the virtual machine in VMware.
Hey, Alex.
Hey,
Here comes Rick. And unfortunately, this will be a very short stream tonight because of the circumstances. Let's see how this goes. Okay, that looks all right. Although it does look, I don't know how the YouTube stream looks. It looks a little high to me. Hey, Rick. So, Greg, you got competition. Rick was up. He didn't get out of bed until 10 o'clock this morning.
I think I got up at 12 or 12:30.
Oh, good. Well, I was beginning to worry about you. All this getting up early. So did that move down at all? I'm trying to, I got it windowed. And I don't like that per se. It's just going to have to be the way it is. No matter how subtle of a move I make, it's not moving. I just made a drastic move. And let's see if it changes it or not. Nope, it didn't. So what are you up to, Alex?
Oh, nothing.
No news on the phone?
What do you mean no news on the phone?
Is it
The phone is still working.
That's good.
Today is the first shut off day. I don't know if technically that means that today is the last official day that it'll be supported before it gets switched over, or if today was the actual shut off day. From what I understand, today is the shut off day. So my phone appears like it will continue working as normal.
Well, all you gotta do, you gotta switch over to 4G, right? I mean, that's all that's working after today, right? 4 and 5.
Just like that.
Starting today, that's all that's working is 4G. But even though my other phone supports 4G because it wasn't on the supported list, it wouldn't be working today.
Olivia, what are you doing? No, do not put that cat outside.
So Jeff, are you on your way home?
I'm sitting at a park where my grandson's playing baseball tonight in the rain and the wind. But I'm in my truck with Olivia. Doing Zoom on my phone. So rain's coming and going. I don't know how they're playing the game, but they apparently are.
Yeah, at least you're in the car.
Yeah, well, it was too cold to have her out in the rain, so
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
Can't believe they're actually letting them play with the temperatures like they are.
It's 44 Fahrenheit, probably gusting to 20 miles or 25 miles an hour and raining lightly.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That makes it a cold
not
rain.
my idea of a good time,
No, no,
and at least not in my old age.
nope. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be. I'd be doing the same thing you are. I'd be watching from the car.
Well, I can just barely see the edge of the field from where I am, but kids are not coming back, so I assume they're playing.
Just about every
Kids are
single,
hard drivers, so.
just about every single news agency and news television station has been talking about this whole switch off today. Been talking about this whole switch off today, and how it will affect not only cell phones, but it will also affect medical alert devices for seniors, stuff the police uses for like their ankle bracelets for like house arrest and different things in your car, if your car has a cellular connection, and your Kindle e-readers and a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, it's curious. I use Total Wireless, which I buy a card at Walmart every month. It's a service of TrackPhone. And basically, I get a whole bunch of extra data now, and it's high speed up to a certain limit, and then it drops to 3G. So I guess that ain't gonna work anymore.
Well, you said you was on Verizon. Verizon doesn't.
Well, this is actually a TrackPhone service. They buy network time from Verizon for my phone and the other similar phones. But I'm paying Total Wireless, which is a service wholly owned by TrackPhone. So I don't know what all the legal and business details are, but
well, this only applies because you're using the Verizon towers. This doesn't apply to your phone. It only applies if you're using the AT&T towers, regardless of whose network you're on.
okay, well, according to that little app, I'm using the Verizon network, but TrackPhone buys time from signal from whoever. They buy some from AT&T and some from Verizon, and don't know all the details. The hell, you can't have food in the data center behind you. Oh, well, I guess maybe it's just a virtual data center. So maybe that's all right.
Well, let me tell you, I wish it was a real data center.
Yeah, Ken's been bragging on how you got all his stuff working today pretty quick.
Well, he just needs me to reconnect later again, but somehow to connect a flash drive to the machine or share a folder to the from this host machine to the virtual machine.
Yeah, I had to have that picture. I like that picture.
It says Gary Broker, the lead singer of Procol Harum, died at 76 today.
Oh wow! I saw where Miss Alabama died.
Was she 27 or something?
Yep.
Was she a lighter shade of pale?
Yeah. He was the lead singer.
No, I mean after he died. Lighter shade of pale, their song.
Yeah.
In other words, I remember their hit song.
Yep, that was the name of the song, was it not?
Yeah, and the Nights in White Satin, I think too, wasn't it?
No.
Moody Blues, Nights in White Satin.
Moody Blues, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I messed those two up. It's only been 48 years since they've had a hit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm surprised any of us remember who they are.
I installed today Chrome Flex OS in the virtual VMware Player 16.
On your machine?
Yeah, it's just to how do you say, in virtual machine, so I can check and try it out.
Yeah. No. Mommy hasn't texted me yet.
Enough time with Grandpa, time for Mom.
It's actually neat. Working well.
Well, Mommy had to go to the chiropractor, remember?
Yeah.
All right.
But she had to go to the doctor.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, almost.
Yep.
Yeah, chiropractor's such a big word to remember, but doctor, yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to end the stream because I got about 12 minutes to go pick her up. She assured me, as she does every night, she'll be off at 12 or 10 because there are 3 of them there. I doubt it. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you, Tony Waddle. Thank you, Matthew Camp. Thank you, Kenny Witten, Catherine Anner Hausman. And I believe anyone else. Gary, you might have showed up there briefly. Greg Guy, Rick Lakes. Thank you, guys. I will be streaming tomorrow night. I may be extremely tired, but I will be streaming. So, thank you. Good night. Wish me luck for tomorrow.